Gen 9 has been revealed, but more importantly, we got our new starters! I know some people pledge their allegiance right away, but for those of you who like to see final stages before committing, I thought it'd be fun to explore the information we currently have on these early stage starters and flesh out some possible full evolution lines that I will illustrate and explain. Starting with the spicy boy himself, Fuecoco. Fuecoco is a laid-back fire CROC Pokemon that does things at its own pace. Its ability is Blaze, like all other fire starter Pokemon, and he is 1 foot 4 inches tall, weighing 21.6 pounds, which is extremely heavy for that height. We can also see design-wise that he's shaped like a little chili pepper. His face is a lighter color than his body, kind of like the placenta or pith of a chili pepper, which is actually the part that makes the pepper spicy. Maybe he's even a ghost pepper, because his face kind of looks like he's wearing a little skull. I love the idea of a ghost guy, but he can't have 3 types, so I'm gonna focus on that pepper idea and make him a spicy pepper crocodile plant. So let's start with its middle evolution. I wanted to make it look more mischievous, like a rebellious teenager. I still wanted it to be pepper-shaped, but a different pepper, like the long, skinny, spicy ones that blacken up when you cook them a little bit. I added some decor around his neck/pith area to represent pepper seeds, and added some green to the top part of its head to make it look a little more like a stem, and I also made the stem area longer so it looked like a mohawk. ARDRILO, the spicy CROC Pokemon. ARDRILO are mischievous. They like to go out of their way to pull pranks on each other and even other Pokemon. The seeds at its neck are infused with its spices, which make them extremely spicy, and they like to hide them or disguise them as other berries to trick Pokemon into eating them while they laugh at a distance. Finishing off this line with the final evolution, I knew from the start that I wanted to make it a big, pudgy crocodile, and I went with a huge belly laugh for a pose. One of the spiciest peppers in the world is kind of rounded and really thick at the bottom, so I wanted to draw that parallel to this Pokemon shape as well. Its pepper stem is now shaped like a little crown, cut shorter than its teen years. COCOREAL, the royal CROC Pokemon. Gone are its prankster days, as COCOREAL now have a jovial, laid-back attitude once again. This Pokemon are the only creature that can withstand eating the hottest peppers in the region, giving them a uncontested food source. They have evolved to even grow the plants themselves along their necks. Here is the whole line together. The main evolution theme centers around that go at its own pace attitude. When Fuecoco is young, it has a no thoughts, head empty kind of attitude, which is why it does things at its own pace. When it evolves into ARDRILO, it has a rebellious alternative attitude, still going at its own pace, doing its own thing. And in its final stage, COCOREAL, it's like an immovable object. You can't make it do what it doesn't want to do because it's so content with life. We stand a mentally healthy king or queen. Next, let's talk about Donald Duck. Quaxly is an earnest and tidy duckling Pokemon, 1 meter tall and weighing 13.4 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a bird. We can see that it has some sort of head adornment with the wave symbol, or maybe he's a One Punch fan. The pose, colors, hat, and personality make me think of a sailor or some sort of lower-ranking military person. And he has blue feet, which means it actually might be a different kind of bird when it grows up. So I'm gonna go with the idea of a hierarchy, because birds have a pecking order, just like the military. Rather than keep Quaxly a duck, I decided to make this evolution more of a goose with a longer neck. I wanted to keep that head adornment and make it into some sort of sailor beret or cap, and I put a feather in its cap, like the idiom, which means you've accomplished something, to suggest that this Pokemon is growing up a little bit. I also put it in a saluting pose to give off that air that it really respects authority. Gancho, the follower Pokemon. Gancho are often second in command in their flocks. They loyally follow their leaders without question, sometimes to a fault. Their single red crown feather is actually not their own. Rather, they pick up shredded feathers from their leaders to decorate their own crowns, kinda like a cosplay. If they lose it, they will be disheartened. Now, every follower needs a leader, so that's what this final stage evolution will be. However, I don't want this Pokemon to look too serious because let's be real, these animals are very silly looking. So I wanted to lean into that silliness and make a silly looking leader. who maybe doesn't know where it's leading to all the time. I gave it a little helmet like a conquistador, and made its head feather sprout from it. For its other feathers, I added the shape of a fleur-de-lis, which is French but still exists on Spanish crests, to add a more warrior look. Don Quixote. Don Quixote are extremely territorial and tend to be the sole leaders of their flocks. They are braggadocious and often show off their large head feather. Their wings, crown, and tail are now reinforced with a strong but light metal-like substance that they use for slicing down opponents. Their prideful nature causes them to pick fights with even inanimate objects. Now the theme of this evolution line, as I mentioned, is hierarchy. It goes from an extremely responsible child into a somewhat irresponsible leader adult, who may not be lying on purpose, but definitely doesn't know where they're going all of the time. Ducklings are known to imprint on their mothers and follow them around blindly, but sometimes they imprint onto the wrong thing, which is also suggested by this evolution line. Lastly, we have Sprigatito, the grass cat Pokemon. It is a capricious, attention-seeking grass cat Pokemon. It is also incredibly light at only 9 pounds. We can see that it has a really cute fluffy face, fluffier than other cat Pokemon, suggesting that it might become a lynx or a lion in the future. It also looks like it browses r/trees. All we really have to go off of here is a baby cat and trees. So for the next evolution, I'm just gonna make it even fluffier and treeier. I add more leaves to the face and make its neck fluff and tail fluff even larger. I also made its eyes squinty, like it has a suspicious look on its face. Or maybe it just is enjoying some really dank trees. I played around with the idea of this cat being a berry bush, but the berries cluttered the design, so I got rid of them. ARBUSGATO, the bush cat Pokemon. ARBUSGATO have extremely dense fur and leaves during the spring and summer, then shed it all in the fall and winter. This causes the Pokemon to look extremely different depending on when it's being encountered during the year. When ARBUSGATO have all its fur, it spends a lot of time grooming and cleaning itself. Also peep that stat total. Last but not least, we have the final form of Sprigatito. I wanted to play around with the idea of a huge lynx or a lion to give it a really full mane. I ended up with something in between, like a lynx with fur tufts, but also a large bushy mane like a lion. I gave it some long leaf boots, kind of like Puss in Boots, but don't worry, it is still quadrupedal because we need to stop with the starter furry bait. I also made this Pokemon darker than its predecessors. Real-life lynxes actually have incredible night vision, so I wanted to lean into this Pokemon being a nighttime hunter, thus making it darker. Gatania, the mountain cat Pokemon. Unlike its pre-evolved form, Gatania does not need to shed with the seasons. Its new coat can stay on all fall and winter without issue. With its dark, more durable coat, Gatania are now more able to blend in with the shadows as well, increasing its hunting ability. Its eyes have adapted to being able to see in pitch darkness as well, making it one of the most effective nighttime hunters. I see the theme of this evolution line as going from maybe a slightly spoiled house cat to a completely independent hunter. Sprigatito are attention-seeking, but Gatania's strength is hiding in the shadows. Maybe it learned that it didn't need all that attention from others, and found its true strength being ferociously independent. And there you have it, middle and final forms for all the freshly announced starters. What do you think of these concepts? Do you think this is how it's going to go in the game? Leave a comment below, and let's start a conversation. Tell me which one you would pick. If this video does well, I could make this a whole series of Gen 9 speculative Pokemon, and we can see what I end up getting right. Until next time, smell you later. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you check out some other content. If you liked this video, subscribe and leave a like for more gaming and art videos. Bye! See you next time.